Hey everyone. So today we're going to dive deep into the, kind of hidden world of warehouse logistics. We're going to see how one tiny, almost invisible change to a single rule can send massive ripples across a huge operation. It's a fantastic case study. So let me ask you a question. How do you organize pure chaos? I mean, picture a massive warehouse, a place that's getting millions of different items every single day. It's this giant moving puzzle. How on earth do you bring order to that kind of madness and do it automatically? Well, the answer, of course, is some seriously complex automated systems. These things are like the digital brains of the entire supply chain, the real unsung heroes, directing this constant flow of stuff with incredible precision. And our story today, it starts right inside the code of one of these systems. Think about it. Every single item that comes in needs a home, and the system has to find it instantly. This whole process is called Putaway determination. It's basically a digital traffic controller for all the inventory, and it uses a set of logical rules to find that perfect spot for every single product. Now, this system, it's pretty smart, but as the business kept growing, its logic started to, hit a wall. The rules that they had in place just weren't flexible enough anymore to handle what the warehouse needed to do. So yeah, this process, Putaway determination, that's the whole ballgame. It's the core logic that the business realized they needed to make a whole lot smarter. The original logic was, honestly, pretty simple. It was just a two-step decision. The system would look at what warehouse an item was in, and then it would look at this general code on the item itself called a stock placement code. And based only on those two things, bam, it assigned a destination. Super simple, but also really rigid.
This code is great because it comes right from the official request for the change. Now, when they say they need multiple levels of tolerance, what they're really saying is, hey, our system isn't smart enough. They needed a way to treat items that on paper looked identical, but in the real world needed to be handled very, very differently.
And so that official request kicked off a whole project to build a new, smarter rule. The goal wasn't to just tear the old system down, but to give it a much-needed intelligence upgrade. And the solution they came up with? It was, beautifully simple in concept. All they really had to do was add one more piece of information for the system to look at. Just one more factor in the decision, but it was the one that would unlock a whole new level of precision. This new factor was called the storage location reference. Now, I know that sounds super technical, but you can just think of it like a special handling code or a little tag. It's just a way of telling the system, hey, pay attention. This specific item has some unique needs that the normal rules don't cover. Look closer at this one.
All right, so let's actually put the old logic and the new logic right next to each other so you can see exactly what changed.
I mean, the difference is crystal clear, right? On the left, you've got the old way, locked into just two factors. But on the right, the new logic simply adds that powerful third factor, that storage location reference. It's the same foundation, just with a crucial new layer of intelligence built on top. But here is the really clever part. The new rule is conditional. So an item comes in, and the system first asks a really simple question. Does this thing have one of those new special handling codes? If the answer is no, no problem. It just uses the old reliable two-step logic. Nothing changes for most items. But if the answer is yes, then it kicks in the new, smarter three-factor logic. It's genius because it makes the whole upgrade totally safe and backward compatible. Okay, so theory is one thing, but let's see what this actually looks like in practice. This is the real aha moment, taken right from what they expected to happen. Okay, look at this. This is where it all clicks. In both of these examples, the item has the exact same stock placement code, A01. With the old system, both of these items would have ended up in the exact same place. But now, with our new special code, the system can tell them apart. The item with code A1 gets sent to storage AH4, while the one with code A2 goes to a totally different spot, AH8. This is the flexibility they were dreaming of. So that's the bottom line right there. Two items that looked identical to the old, dumber system can now be treated with a specific, individual care that they actually needed all along. This was all about adding nuance to an automated process.
Okay, so let's zoom out for a second. We've been way down in the technical weeds, right?
But why does this one little tweak to a sorting rule actually matter in the real world?
It all comes down to this. The team added just one field, one more piece of data for the system to read, and that single addition unlocked an entirely new level of intelligence for the whole operation.
And the real-world benefits? They're huge. We're talking more efficient use of warehouse space, which is money. We're talking faster, more accurate placement of inventory. It gives the business the flexibility to bring in new kinds of products without creating a massive headache for the warehouse workers. It all just adds up to a smarter, more nimble, more adaptable supply chain.
And that leaves us with a final thought, really. This whole explainer was about a warehouse, but the lesson is pretty universal, isn't it? It's all about finding those small, simple rules that, if you just tweak them, can unlock incredible new efficiencies. So the question I'll leave you with is, what hidden rule is just waiting to be enhanced in your world? Thanks for joining me.